Thank you. You know, Mike, I want to thank you for that wonderful introduction and for your visionary leadership and your friendship and for the great work that the utility workers are doing on all these issues. Knowing that I'm the last speaker before you break, I feel a little bit like Elizabeth Taylor's seventh husband. I know exactly what I have to do, but I'm not sure I can make it interesting at this point. I want to thank all the organizers of this conference, especially the Blue-Green Alliance. See, when the Blue-Green Alliance was founded by the Steelworkers Union and the Sierra Club, some really doubted whether the labor movement and the environmental movement could work together. Well, I got to tell you, we've proved them wrong. We've proved them wrong before, and we'll prove them wrong yet again in the future. And I got to tell you, that's a credit to your executive director, Dave Foster, who was an outstanding leader of the Steelworkers. With his unassuming Minnesota manner, Dave does the miraculous and, quite frankly, makes it look easy. Dave, I don't know where you are. I know you're around here. I want to thank you for all you do. Because there's nothing, you bet. Because there's nothing easy about the cause that brings us together today. Because as we meet the nation striving to contain the catastrophe in the Gulf of Mexico, 11 lives were lost. At least 1.6 million gallons of oil threatening to pollute Gulf beaches and marshes and devastate a regional economy that has yet to recover from the Hurricane Katrina disaster and deepen the financial recession. So never before has the need been so urgent to produce clean energy and to use energy more efficiently to prevent climate change and to protect our natural environment. And not since the Great Depression have so many Americans needed new and better jobs with secure and promising benefits, jobs that can't be offshored and downsized or downgraded into temporary or part-time positions. So we all must think and act as boldly as our challenges demand. Now, I'm here to talk about what the labor movement can do. First, if anybody still needs convincing, we need to put to rest once and for all the false choice between good jobs and clean air and clean water. Because here's the truth. You can't have secure jobs without stable and sustainable sources of energy. Our communities can't be good places to do business if they're not good places to live and to raise families. And we'll never have responsible energy and environmental policies without a strong and growing economy to give Americans the confidence that they need to embrace and to drive change. That's why the words green and jobs go together. This week you're hearing a lot about green. Let me talk a little bit about jobs. Since the start of the recession in 2007, we're 11 million jobs in the hole. 17 million Americans are unemployed right now, and 25 million Americans are underemployed. And that's on top of the unemployment that had already existed before 2007. All in all, as I said, 17 million of us are out of work. And those who are still working are up against wage freezes and hollowed out health care and shredded retirement plans. So it isn't enough for environmental advocates to make the case for change, compelling as it is and as needed as it is. We have to also persuade working Americans that change will work for them and not against them. We know what America needs to do. Many of us are already doing it as we speak. We need to produce and we need to use more clean and renewable energy. We need to build in more energy efficient ways. We need to rebuild our electrical grid and make it smarter. We need to improve and expand our mass transit systems and build high-speed rail lines. And we need to prepare millions of workers to do these jobs. Now let me run through them real quickly. First, we need more energy. We need it now, and we need it all. We can't just afford the false choice between the economy and the environment. And just like that, we can't afford the false choice between different forms of clean energy. Clean coal, natural gas, hydroelectric power, nuclear power, solar energy, wind power, geothermal energy, biofuels. I don't think I left any out. If I did, I apologize, and I'll come back to it, I promise. See, we need to put them all to use, and clean energy is a job creator. And the Green Jobs for America campaign has reported, just as they've reported, hybrid and other clean cars, public transportation system, efficient lighting and heating systems, and clean renewable power plants can create more than 1.4 million new jobs. So with environmentally friendly policies and public-private partnerships, investment in renewable energies can reach $343 billion in 2020 and $630 billion in 2030. We can create hundreds of thousands of jobs producing solar energy and wind power and geothermal power and biofuels. The second, we need energy efficient and environmentally responsible buildings. Energy consumption by buildings produce 40% of carbon emissions in this country, and it can be cut in half. See, while we're at it, we need to weatherize tens of millions of low-income housing, family homes, and insulate both heating and cooling pipes. And yes, doing all this will create tens of thousands of jobs for construction craft workers who are currently suffering from depression, level unemployment, and underemployment. Right here in the D.C. area, construction workers are at about 40 to 42% unemployment as we speak. Third, we have to use electricity more intelligently. To bring solar and wind and geothermal energy online, we're going to need tens of thousands of miles of new high voltage transmission. To use with interruptible power sources and make more intelligent use of all of our electrical power, we're going to need a new and a smarter electrical grid system. And all that requires major public and private investment. And I promise you, it will produce jobs. Fourth, we need to get America moving on speedily and sustainably with mass transit and high-speed rail. Our nation's highways and light rail and subways and commuter rail lines are in urgent need of repair and expansion. Europe and Japan are taking the lead in high-speed rail, and America needs to get into the game and get into it quick. It's great news that the Obama administration is providing $8 billion in high-speed rail. That'll save or create tens of thousands of jobs in areas like track laying and manufacturing and planning and engineering. And we need teamwork to get America moving towards energy security, energy responsibility, and sustainable energy growth. See, the labor movement, the environmental movement, and forward-looking business leaders need to support and work to expand the Obama administration's vision that 5 million jobs can be created directly and indirectly by a $150 billion 10-year investment in environmentally friendly technology.